Now let's talk about the mental health of Volkswagen's executives. The scene takes place in a fancy hotel in London. Martin Sander, the head of sales for the brand, sits down for an interview. He is asked about the ban on combustion engines in 2035 and the doubts drivers have about electric cars. And then, instead of giving us the usual corporate talk about the green transition, Mr. Sander drops a bombshell. He looks the journalist straight in the eyes and asks a tricky question. I quote, "Do you know when horses were banned?" An awkward silence follows, and Sander replies with a sly smile, "Well, never. You can still buy a horse today." The metaphor is out. For Volkswagen, gasoline cars are the horses of the 21st century. They won't disappear because a European law will ban them, but simply because people will realize it's an outdated technology. Like horses were replaced by cars. In the early 20th century, the combustion engine will be replaced by electric power, according to the brand. So the question is this: has Volkswagen completely lost its mind, or are they right before everyone else? Let's start with the hypothesis that they've lost it. Should we remember that Volkswagen is facing one of its worst crises? The German giant recently announced tens of thousands of job cuts and billions of euros in net losses. Their factories are slow and Chinese competitors are making things difficult. But what if, behind this provocation, Volkswagen was actually right? Let's look at the numbers. In April 2026, electric car sales in Europe jumped by nearly 38%. In France, 1 out of every 4 new cars is now electric. In 1890, there were 150,000 horses in the streets of New York. 20 years later, automobiles had almost completely replaced them. No one passed a law to ban carriages. Cars were just faster and more convenient. That's exactly what Martin Sander is saying. He hates the debate about banning combustion engines in 2035. For him, threatening customers with a cutoff date is the best way to turn them against you. Sander prefers improving charging infrastructure and letting people realize for themselves that electric cars are quiet, smooth, and pleasant to drive. So, visionary genius or an industrialist disconnected from reality? The truth is probably somewhere in between.